You'll have to let me know down in the comment section if you think that this plan is crazy. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky here with TechBud Solutions. I want to go ahead and share with you my trade breakdown that I just shared with our LPP team. So a lot of people were asking me, Ricky, market recently pulled on back. What's your plan, right? I wanted to take a step back. I want to share with you my thought process. Please feel free to share your opinions down in the comment section. I really hope that you learned something new. Please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we earned it. For those that are unaware, again, I do trade live every morning. If you want to watch me trade live as soon as next week on Monday, again, second link in the description down below. So I took a step back. QQQ is the NASDAQ ETF. It's a one-for-one ETF. So I like to have a better understanding of kind of the overall big picture. By looking at larger timeframes, I can get a different perspective of the market, right? When taking a step back on QQQ, I can quickly see that, hey, we pulled back a decent amount. Where are we, right? Are we at a support range? Are we going to continue to sell off? Obviously, no one knows exactly what's going to happen, but we are approaching a previous support range, right? Last time that we tested this, we went back up to around 375. We came back down to retest around this 360 range, and then we went back to previous highs of around 380, right? Great. This is our general resistance range. This was our general support range. That is what I'm working with right now. Now, of course, patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't always have to. So just like anything, there has to be some form of risk management in place. But when asking the question, what's my plan as of right now? If the market were to bounce and validate the support, then I feel like the only kind of like common sense play is to go long with the bulls, right? No reason to overcomplicate it. I either go long or I go short. That's the way that I trade. I like to keep my trading super, super simple. On QQQ, that offers around 5.3%. That means with TQQQ, right, that same trade setup from overall lows to overall highs, that would offer right around 18%, right? 18% is not bad. 18% is very attractive to me. Now, and again, I know a lot of you guys might be trading more aggressive moving plays. Maybe some of you guys trade options, whatever the case might be. You're like, 18% is nothing. To me, it is, right? I trade with $500,000. 18% would be amazing. I would be very, very grateful. Nearly six figures for me in potential returns. So when you ask me what is my trade plan, again, understand that my intentions might be different than yours. My trading style might be very different than yours. But it's very simple for me to see that, okay, we are approaching a previous support range. Markets tend to, not always, but markets tend to be more bullish than they are bearish. Now, of course, markets all together can end up pulling on back. But if markets were to recover, I just feel like the common sense play is if we begin to indicate signs of a recovery, again, that's when I can begin to add more to this potential position, making money as the markets recover back to previous highs, right? Not previous all-time highs or anything like that, or not just all-time highs, but 52-week highs. When looking at the day chart, we could see we're still above the moving average. Yes, we did break below this EMA, but we're still holding above previous support range, right? So that is kind of the question of like, is it too early right now? And then that's when I can go from the 4 hour to the 1 hour and be like, yes, we are still trading below the EMA line. I don't know if I would feel comfortable entering a swing trade. So I'm just going to take it day by day until we actually get confirmation of showing signs of higher highs and higher lows. And then at that point, yeah, I might enter a swing trade, holding a position overnight, making our way back up to, for TQQQ, right around that 42.50 range. And for QQQ, working our way back up to that 380 range. Now, of course, patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't always have to. I can wait for that confirmation. We could get those buy signals, and guess what? The market can still potentially pull on back and sell off. Anything can always happen, and this is why, again, just because I shared my trade plan with you, doesn't mean that, again, it has to go exactly according to plan. Our job is not to avoid risk. Our job is to manage it, so let's just make sure that we remind ourselves that. The thing that I just find so attractive about this is that my upside potential outweighs my downside risk, and when it comes down to my risk to reward ratio, the type of criteria that I like to pay attention to, no question that my upside potential outweighs my downside risk. So again, when asking the question, does this meet my criteria? It does, as long as we get confirmation of indicating signs of an actual reversal. I don't think we're going to get that today just because it's Friday, it's the end of the week, but that just means that we have to prepare for next week. I want to see if we begin to show signs of progress above the EMA on the 1 hour time frame and just show signs of higher highs and higher lows. If we get that, I can slowly start adding more to my position on TQQQ, making money as the market begins to recover. If the market begins to pull on back, breaks support level, and then begins to sell off, then at that point, I'm just going to have to decide to go short, right? But this is why I don't want to enter a swing trade too early, knowing that it could get rejected by the EMA and continue to sell off. But again, that's just thinking about worst case scenario, which I think is important to always take into consideration. So I appreciate you guys' time. I just wanted to share with you guys my trade plan. We did get an economic report that was released this morning, and that was the PMI. It came in at 48.9, and the PMI services came in at 50.2. So that is actually when we began to see a potential change of direction on the overall market, and that was 15 minutes after. So as of right now, we're showing slight signs of a resistance. It's very easy to see this. I actually just shared it with our LPP team. It's the same resistance that we had yesterday. So just something to pay attention to. So really excited to follow up. I'm just going to be taking it day by day until we actually begin to show signs of progress on the 1 hour time frame. And then at that point, moving forward, I can make a more informed decision if we have more proper confirmation. But again, when in doubt, don't be afraid to cash out. If you ever have any questions about you getting started, please feel free to send me a direct message via Discord or via Instagram. And that's the first or third link in the description down below. Again, I'd love to invite you to one of our live trading sessions, and that's the second link in the description down below. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.